What is going on, you guys? Steven from Break Free Homestead. Today we are back working on the window trim and casings here. We have a couple different situations going on here. These are Harvey windows and this big slider. We have a couple of these, one in the other in the mudroom that I'm not showing you. But it's completely flat all the way to the framing. So we just cased it using the existing framing of the window opening. But now on these windows, I'm assuming it's for like a pop-in window casing. They have like a track here. So if I put the 3/4 inch trim piece here, then it would reveal this giant crack. So what I did was measure across here and find out what we want our reveal to be. And then I just did the same thing vertically, added 1.5 inches for the overlap here. This is gonna be just popped in there, and we're gonna use shims to get that set. Still gonna be good coverage on that. Here's the 4 boards cut for the next one. Obviously, rip down to the width or the depth of your window casing. And then we're just gonna be using the same standard trim right here for the window trim. So let's get after it. So working on this finished floor, the top, obviously, we're gonna be fine with, but when I nail the bottom, I'm lifting it up off the floor because you don't wanna hit your new floors. And then just make sure you're tilting your gun directional with your nails. You don't want them to pop out the side. Make sure you get your fingers out of the way. Whatever length nails you're using, get your fingers more than that away. That is it, guys. This thing will be ready to pop in there and get shimmed up. If you guys like this content, drop down below. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see. Love to hear it. All right, so that was going to take a few shims. So I went up and I cut, or I split the difference between the height of the casing and the height of the opening. And I just cut some blocks, so that should be good. Let's see how that looks real fast, and if we need to shim it from there, it'll get us a little bit closer, but we'll probably just do like 3 blocks at least in the bottom. Top, you're not putting really weight on, so you could get away with 2, so maybe 4, 2, something like that.
this might go on for long, 'cause I was wrong, and he's always there for you. I keep living alone.
All right, guys, so I'm trimming out the windows. We just did the casing on here, and now we're gonna trim it out. We're just using a basic builder grade trim, and we're doing mitered corners. I typically like to do like craftsman style corners with just 1x4 pine. I think it looks really good, and it's simple, it's easy, it's fast. So I'm not the super expert trim god, okay? There's trim gods for you on YouTube, not it, all right? But how I'm doing this is I'm just taking my vertical pieces, right? I'm gonna measure from edge to edge, and this is 47 and 3. Then we're just adding 4/16, so be 47 and 7/16, and then that's going to be the measurement for the inside cuts of the miter. So what I just do is I cut one miter on one side, and then I measure. You just hold it, or you could figure out what your miter length is for your board by using like a square, and then measuring to the corner. But I'm just holding it. It's not that long of a piece, so it's not an issue. That also helps doing the side piece first. If you're doing the long piece, holding that out that long on the edge of that miter, it might be a little bit difficult. But yeah, piece to piece there. And then, so obviously it's a little bit longer than that number I just told you. So I'm just gonna hold my piece up, and then we're looking for the 1/8 up top and then the 1/8 on the bottom. You can mark it if you want, or you can just eye it. Get it pretty darn close. Nail the top, and then you're gonna have to straighten it out as you go. I'm nailing into the casing. It's gonna hold it straight if it has to be bent. And then depending on how flush you got this with the wall or some variation in the drywall, when you pull this could be lifted off. So what we're gonna do is push it back onto the wall, and that's gonna be nailing into your stud, holding it tight to the wall. And if you have a little gap right here, it's not the end of the world. You can caulk it. Or you can try to put another nail in it. Try to sit it down a little bit. Because if you can get it closer here, that's probably ideal, because you can use caulked and be more forgiving, or it can be more forgiving on the outside. This is easy because we're doing painted wood. If you're doing unfinished wood, you have to get a lot closer. So now what we're gonna do is measure end to end on our top right here. And that, obviously, you're just measuring from corner to corner. A little bit easier using the tape, cutting your piece.
So far from home, free but ready to bleed from the door. Hard to be standing on your own. Hard to be standing on your
Happy with the fit there. It's all nailed in, nice and secure, and we'll just come back. Obviously it'll be caulked if it needs to be on these cracks, and then we're just gonna use spackling putty to fill it in. I'll show you in a second. So I'm just using the same as the existing trim in the rest of the house. I got this first piece in. I'm using a Bosch measuring tool to get that. I think it's like an 1/8 inch accuracy. And then the other two walls that I'm working on right now are longer walls. So these 12-foot pieces are just cut. We cut the ends at 22.5 degrees. And then there's gonna be a baseboard heater there. So I'm gonna leave that last piece open. And then the rest of the room is gonna be done. We also have in the bathroom a portion that we're gonna leave open, obviously for the cabinetry and whatnot. So can't do all the trim today, but we can get a bunch of it in.
Left on the floor, looking up, wanting more. This is so unreal. Out of my mind, how could I be so blind? How could I not see? I must have been wrong. 'Cause your love is strong for him. Why would it not be? He's always there for you. I keep living alone.
So I didn't record any of the hole filling deals in that video. Pretty simple. Just use spackling. Just wear some gloves and then yeah, pop it on each hole and then wipe off the excess. Works pretty well. And then I just caulked the top of the baseboard the whole way around. Obviously it's not done because we're waiting on that heater. But at this